What's up guys, Killjoy here from PugGaming, and we have today is something special. Our good friends over at NZXT have been kind enough to provide PugGaming with a few products to help us out with our events and our giveaways that we house over here at our community. What we're taking a look at today is their Tempest 410 PC case, which is part of their crafted series and PC cases. It is a plastic and steel case, more steel if you ask me than anything. First thing you may notice about the case is it has the large mesh design is on the front and the top of the case. Front of the case has three 5¼ inch drive bays. It has removable drive bay covers, the easiest removable drive bay covers I've ever seen, toolless, and they are filtered. It also features two 120mm fans in the front that are housed in their dual touch technology, which is awesome, and they include one 120mm fan for the front of the case. The top of the front of the case is where you will find all your nitty gritty stuff. It has your three USB 2.0s, your one USB 3.0, your microphone, your headphone, power LED, hard drive LED, and you can also access the power button on the top from the front. It's more on the top than anything. Moving around, we're going to take a look at the inside of this case. First thing you'll notice inside this case is it is sexy, it is sleek, it has style, it is all black. In my opinion, that is awesome. Has a large CPU cooler cutout, as you can see in the motherboard tray, which is awesome. It houses 8 hard drive bays. Has 8 hard drive bays, which are toolless designs, and they all have support for SSDs, 2.5 inch, which is awesome. It has full support up to 12-inch graphics cards, as long as the hard drive bay is not being used. If the hard drive bay is being used, that your PCI slot is aligned with, you'll be able to get up to a 9-inch graphics card. It also has support, I believe, for a 6-inch CPU cooler or 170mm, which is awesome. It has rubber mounted feet for the bottom mount power supply, as you can see. Also, you might have noticed the cable management is pretty good. Has non-grommeted, but there are plenty of holes. Also features the front USB 3.0 header is an internal motherboard connector, which is awesome. Some cases pass that along all the way through the back of the case and through a hole, which to me is ugly. A great thing about this case, you can see, is it has labeled on the case itself where your motherboard mounts should be. So that's pretty cool. It has support for ATX, micro ATX, mini ATX, flex ATX, and I want to say mini ATX as well, which is pretty much any motherboard you can get. Back of the case here does include a 120mm fan. Has 7 expansion slots that are mesh designed, no filter there. Also has a little mesh thing. It has 2 water cooling tubes that are non-grommeted. It has the bottom mount power supply, as we talked about before. Now the other side of the PC case here, now most people might not think is interesting, but if you are a modder or you are a cable management cable management person like I am, it has plenty of room for that. It has about 1 inch of space between the side cover, and the case, which is tons of management. As you can see, it does include plenty of tie down spots for cable management, as long as they do include a bunch of tie downs for cable management in their packaging for the cases. This is just a quick thing. It probably has the sturdiest side panels I've ever seen. This case is constructed really, really well. That was just a really quick demonstration of it. Quick rundown on the bottom of the case. Pretty standard. It does have a flimsy removable dust filter at the power supply. It does have 4 grommeted feet, of course, and it does have, as you can see, a place for an 120mm fan at the bottom if you choose to do so. The top, as you can see here, also has its mesh honeycomb design. This is removable. Now, for you water cooling fans out there, and for you fanatics out there that are crazy or just want extreme cooling from this case, it does have support for dual 120 or dual 140 fans and full support for dual rads, which is crazy. You can you stick it in there, stick your H100 on there if you want that route, throw it back on top, and you're good to go. Front of this case also does have a compartment. Now, this compartment is unique in my opinion, because you can open it and you can keep it open wherever you want to place it. Now that might sound weird, but to me that's cool, because you can have it halfway open if you want to have something, say you're charging your phone up there, you don't want to close it all the way, it will still stay open. Also, as you can see, it has a cable management system on the top here a little bit, and that's for your headphones. So you can coil your headphones up in the compartment there after you plug them in the front panels, which to me is awesome. Again, it's just a convenience thing, and for a manufacturer to think of something like that, it's pretty cool, because most PC gamers have a headset. That's it for the review, guys. This was the Tempest 410 from NZXT. Big thanks to NZXT again for sending us this case. Now, this was a very quick overall review of the case. That is because we'll be having a written review over on our website with more information, as well as a follow-up review with all of my PC parts inside of this case, and you'll see how easy it is to install hardware into this case, along with how 2 SLI cards fare in the case and all that good stuff. We will be giving this case away in one of our events coming up in April or this month, so make sure you check back for that. More information will come. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys.